What's up, YouTube? Here, my second. It's weird to actually say that. Just a second name for me, basically, for my second YouTube channel. Here, I'm going to talk about heavenly influence and demonic influence. So we could talk about how it could be heavenly influenced and that you have the free will to choose between the two. Free will is given by God. We see in Genesis how Adam and Eve, they're originally given free will. We see exactly how that free will could be used to possibly disobey God. And we see if we let something influence us, we let something trick us, that could end up, that could result in destruction, result in death, it could result in something bad. This we gotta realize. There comes the demonic influence. This world, there's the truth that the world is under the rule of the wicked one. So that's just the truth, man. That's what's in the Bible there. That's, I think, 1 John. Yeah, there's also 2 Corinthians chapter 4. So yeah, a lot of people are just on demonic strongholds that they're not aware of. A lot of people are just shit. And I use that word because you know what poop is, right? Poop is just waste. It's just junk. Like when you eat something and then it comes out as poop. That's what they are, man. God created them and they just act like a piece of shit. Some people are just like, I don't know, bro. It seems like they're like mind controlled or something. It's like out of nowhere they muster up an insult or something. It's like they just gotta find something to just. I have no idea, bro. I don't know, bro. And speaking of that, bros, think about it, bro. Your government, bro. Israel, yes, Israel, bro. The public school system. It's like all these things. The clothes that we wear, they put poison in these clothes, all to work against humanity, all to destroy you. And I just mentioned how, basically I mentioned, Adam and Eve, that the only power the devil has is what you allow. That's why we gotta live separate. We gotta be set apart, and that's what it means to really be holy. Stop caring about everything. I don't like anybody. Let me just say that right now. Let me just make that very, very clear. And it's very rare to like your relatives. I'm just gonna put it that way. Like, I mean, of course you love them and stuff, but like, in terms of like liking their character and their personality, that's not like that's rare to me. Like, to me, that's kind of lucky. Because the majority of people just don't have a good character or good personality. And the older they are, with lack of character development, the worse they're gonna be, bro. It's gonna be terrible, bro. And living with those people, bro, that's a whole nother thing, man. That's a whole nother thing. It's like hell, bro. That's why I gotta continue to do what I'm doing. Get these channels where they need to be, at the forefront. And that's why I'm able to say certain things. I was gonna not say certain things, but I don't think the things I'm saying are cancelable or anything. It's not the word cancelable, but I mean, like, There's some things that you just can't say on YouTube, like the C word, the pandemic. I don't think I was supposed to say that. Yeah, stuff like that. They're not supposed to say it for whatever weird reason. That's why you barely hear people talk about it, because it's like, I don't know, it's like the one people, I don't know, it's weird. But yeah, it's already been 5 minutes. Just took a little walk. Yeah, I don't have a mic or anything, but it was a little bit cold-ish. Yeah, but it's just like, I don't know, man. It just be weird, man. It's like you gotta be narcissistic in a sense. You gotta only care about yourself, because I mean, think about it. What does it mean to be a saint, right? It means to be selfless. But I can be selfless with people that don't want help, don't want to grow, don't want to be renewed. It's a waste of time. But I understand, human nature, you know what I'm saying? The imperfectness of human beings. Underappreciating. Being lazy, being rude, that shows a lack of God, and that mean more critical and more, I won't say judgmental, but more, I have to say judgmental. I have to say it, judgmental, because the spiritual man judges all things, so you gotta be more confident, more judging in a sense, but in a way where it's not forceful, but it's natural. It's just right. You see how I'm picking up this confidence now? You see how I'm picking this up? If I wasn't talking this way, then I would just be all, you can't scrunch yourself up, bro. You can't operate like that, man. Should I take a little walk? Yeah, man, I'm take a little walk. I think it'll be fun. Yeah, but you understand, the more it's gonna be a fun video. Yeah, but once you understand the more of how the world works and stuff like that, it just becomes, you start to get used to this adaptation. Animals adapt. Animals, they adapt to the season. They adapt to certain things. Like we talk about, the prehistoric animals. A lot of them survived, a lot of them didn't. And the ones that survived, they had to change. That's to adapt. Like roaches, for example. It was like a tree sack that I saw. I think it was like some photo or something. It was of like a roach, like how it used to look like thousands of years ago. It was just like a brown ant. Now they grew shells, wings, and they always were able to fly, but now they have shells. And it seems like they're pretty fast and stuff like that. That's why they're everywhere, because they adapted. And then people are afraid of them. They're disgusting, but yeah, they're able to adapt, and they survived, and now they're everywhere, man. So just like that, you gotta adapt. Not saying conform to the patterns of the world, but be renewed. See that word? Renewed in the body and mind of Christ. With this amount of, also knowing how social media works as well. Honestly, I still don't know. Of course, you use AI. You could just make a bunch of brainwash stuff. You could just do a bunch of dumb, unhinged, dangerous, degenerate nonsense. That's what people love to see, and it's a reflection of themselves and what they like. They love unresponsible, degenerate stuff. Anybody, and whenever they feel appalled or, let's say, confronted by your correctiveness, the way you walk up among yourself, not walking in an imparted way, they feel some type of way, and that's where they put these expectations, almost like perfectionism. That's where the insults come from. It comes from a disordered, feeling of thinking that, they're threatened by that. So that's why, they act in that sort of way. And it's kind of weird. Because it's like a glitch, because they're not really fully body hacked, but they are a little bit. And the reason why I don't really respond is because how can you, bro? When you're going to school for 8 hours and you see them in one class period, or you see them at your work, you don't really have the time or space to gather and really think. And remember, the demons, they use these people because it's all a mental game, so you gotta be smart. You gotta be bold and loud. Ain't no confusion, ain't no none of that. That's what they get you. Try to get you to confusion. Is all mental attacks. Octopus spirits, squid spirits. Had you not fall for it, you gotta be disciplined. You gotta love the soul. Hate this world, because any love of the world is hate towards God. Because the world hates you, man. The world wants to destroy you. The world wants to destroy your soul. These clothes are filled with poison. The water filled with fluoride to close the pineal gland. They literally put poison in the foods. Candy is literally just poison. Candy is the purest form of poison. 100%. 100%. And, and that's why I also noticed that people are talking about, I missed the 90s, 2000s, and it kind of makes me feel like, damn, why was I born as late as I was? And that's the thing. I realized that, in every, era or, every age, the world, the world, all the way to the end of the age, just like this current age, which is the final age. It gets worse and worse and worse and worse, as the age progresses, as the world progresses, it gets more wickeder, it gets more evil, more demonic. And bro, if people were talking I know there are people 30 years ago talking about the end times, back in the 90s. I've seen them online. I've seen people talk about that. And they thought that those people are crazy, but now look. Predictive programming, all that stuff. Hey, man, if you know, you know. If you know, you know. Now, so avoid these honey traps. These honey traps are a waste of time. Use the energy towards your goals and stuff. Don't let these demons scare you into thinking, that praying is hard and streaming is, bro. It's all just lies. And that's the thing. They want you to the things that actually going to help you grow, the things that actually get you where you need to go. They want you to think those things are hard. And some people are doing something, but there's no progress. At least, no, do I see any progress? Because you gotta go harder then. That's the thing. It's difficult. It kind of is difficult because, they don't want you to be enslaved. They're pushing this public education system, pushing this 9 to 5, all this nonsense to keep you enslaved and make it hard for you to break through. To live a real life of freedom. And live a life for Christ. Pushing out this demonic music and distractions. And people are so weak mentally that they just block it all off. That's why nobody cares about all these truths that are coming out. Because this stuff happened in the 1800s. The Epstein files, something like that in the 1800s, bro. They would take these, bro, it would be not a coup d'etat, a whole civil war, bro. And it reminds me of the, I don't even know. I need to study more history because the history they teach in school is all just lies. Anyways, That's all I have to say. And about holy influence, it's pretty simple. You're doing the work of God. You're doing His will. You're going to be blessed. And also that requires, more work. Just getting much more is required. To work on your mental, to wait for your change, patience, wait on the Lord. Patience is probably the hardest thing, because we got to be patient under it seems like under, it's like this world's hell in a sense, but it was like, seriously, and that's what you hear these successful people say. People were like really successful, like real success, that they went through hell to get to where they are. It's basically going through hell to get to heaven. So that's really all I have to say about that, and I'll see you guys later.